gamers. It's your boy Q
and QMG.
Bring you guys into the Quniverse where we talk to you guys about everything geeky, gamey, and nerdy. Another beautiful Sunday. We got a great show, but you already know we got to turn up for our hot minute. QMG, turn up. Let's get it. Let's get a great Sunday in here. Let us know how y'all doing. Go ahead and comment. But let's go ahead and turn up, man. We got a great episode for y'all. We're going to be talking about some Loki. We're going to be talking about some Fear Street a little bit. And whatever come down the pipeline, because y'all already know we already GQ smooth. Let's go. Yeah. QMG, what's up, my brother? You good?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Great Sunday. We got a great episode for y'all. Like, we want to start off by saying thanks y'all for tuning into the Quniverse. It would not be possible without y'all. And like I said, for all the people that's tuning in on Facebook, if y'all want to go over to YouTube, into the Quniverse on YouTube, and give us a shout out, give us a subscribe, a comment, it'll be much appreciated. Thank you. I have no idea how to say that name. I'm not good.
What's up, John? Oh, that's my homie, John. What up?
Appreciate you tuning in. What's up?
Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, so if we can go ahead for everybody that's tuning in, it'll be much appreciated if we can get a subscribe. It would definitely help out the channel so we can keep growing and keep bringing you guys great content. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into it because we actually had the final episode of the first season of Loki ended, and might I say, I was very happy with Loki. It was very different. It wasn't exactly what I thought it would be. But if we're going, before we get into the final episode, QMG, I know you were very appreciate it. Woo! Let's go. Get that round of applause in there.
Thank you. John is one of the good homies that support us over at Mold Diversity, so it definitely is good for it. Definitely is an awesome person to have supporting content.
Thanks, man. Thanks for the sub. It's much appreciated. And definitely stay and comment and talk with us because it's not just us talking. It's a community thing, man. We talk to everybody and we have great conversations. So just go ahead and stay tuned. But yeah, so Loki episode 1, season 1 ended. And I know, Kamani, you were very vocal. I was like 50% excited about it when it first was announced. And I know that you definitely were not excited for Loki from Jump Street, but I know I definitely want to hear your thoughts because I think it kind of grew on you with what they were alluding to. It was a lot of allusions in the show. And before I give you my ideas on Loki as a whole, I definitely want to hear your thoughts because you were very vocal about how unimpressed you were with the thought of Loki having his own show. So can you let me know something?
Yeah, basically my whole spiel was like I was very much not, like you said, not enthused, not very much looking for My bad if y'all just missed all of that.
Hey,
I will run it all back.
Did it just mute? Because I know we were talking at the beginning. It shouldn't have been muted at the beginning.
Yeah, I think so we had some technical difficulties where we kind of dropped out.
Luggage, but we're good.
But we're back at it again.
So you were talking about how your thoughts on Loki and how you were feeling about it so far.
Yes, I indeed was. Basically, it was something I was not enthused about in the beginning.
Yeah.
It wasn't something I was on board with all the way.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Okay.
Facts. We're good.
Thank you.
Facts.
Thank you for that. I don't know what's going on with the internet. But basically the first 3 episodes didn't grip me, but by episode 4, when they started picking up the plot elements and less of the character elements, that's when I started to get really invested in it. And I'll just say it, I'll be one of the people to say it, that the finale definitely stuck its landing, and definitely, it was really good finale that set up not just Loki, but how the MCU is going to be moving in phase 4 specifically, and it was done very well. And I would say that episode 6 was the strongest episode so far, and it kind of continues the trend of the MCU shows having its finale be the strongest episode, because it feels like the ideas are finally coming together. And this one was. I got
even the fact that it wasn't a very action-packed episode.
Well, I don't need my episodes. I don't need my superhero.
I know that was a lot of people's problem, where it wasn't very hugely climactic. People were feeling some type of way because it wasn't hugely climactic.
Well, that's all just on your opinion on what you'd expect from the TV show or anything like that. That's basically what that is. If you have somebody that wants just action out of your TV, out of your superhero show, that's one thing. But if you actually want the whole shebang to be more so, what's the word? Fleshed out, then it really isn't going to be that big of a deal, that big of a discrepancy, if you will.
Well, if I want to be 100% candid, I know usually a lot of the time with the Marvel cinematic stuff, I'm more of an optimist than you. But if I wanted to be 100% honest, I thought that this final episode was one of the weaker episodes. Now, there definitely were some parts that I took away from it. Kang, the He Who Remains, was definitely probably the breakout character for the whole episode. I definitely love with the style of that version of variant of Kang was going. But as far as the episode as a whole, it was kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? When you have a moment that it didn't just hit home. It didn't hit the nail on the head for me. I thought they could have showed more scenes of what's changing in the multiverse. I thought they tried to shy away from it to leave it very open-ended for season 2 and the MCU as a whole.
But see, I think that you got, like I always tell you can't give everything away. Sometimes you got to leave your audience wanting more and seeing where it follows up to. Because again, the MCU ain't going nowhere. It's not like something happens that's very cool and very beloved, and everybody's on board and excited, and then the people in charge just pull the plug.
It's not liable to happen with the MCU. That's not liable to happen with the MCU. That is going like whatever is established. When they say multiverse in the MCU, you better believe you're going to be seeing that fairly soon. The next time a significant thing happen. Now, I can't speak for Shang-Chi and the Eternals because these movies were supposed to theoretically come out before all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, so. Don't expect any sort of multiverse ties with those two movies because those movies weren't designed to bear that story arc. It was supposed to be,
and I'm not saying it had to have
the lead-ins to that.
I'm not saying it had to have like a huge multiversal breakdown but I just felt like that up to this point, the cataclysmic event that was happening, it didn't seem to hold any weight. Obviously, they're trying to save that for all these other multiversal movies that are coming out. Quantumania is going to deal with the full quantum realm, where we can obviously know that the TVA is based in the quantum realm as far as, and Doctor Strange and Spider-Man Far From Home is all going to deal with multiversal events. But I just feel like the cataclysmic state that they said once those nexus points reaches the red, I didn't feel that weight from that episode.
But again, that's something I noticed with you just watching content in general, is that you don't like stuff to leave it up to your imagination. You want it to be, this is exactly this, and this, and less of okay, we'll show you eventually, but for right now, you have to use your imagination as to what is going to happen or your interpretation of.
No, I don't think leaving up to interpretation is my problem. I think when it's done badly, when I feel like it's done badly.
I mean, but how was it? I mean, in my opinion, it would have been too much. It would have took the weight out of things if they would have showed more. If they would have showed any implications of,
if they would have shown because I don't know if you think this, but I think that Ravonna is going to find Immortus, and then King Conqueror is going to be in Quantumania because she said she was going to find what is it? Free will, and
no, she's not. No, Ravana's storyline is not with Immortus. She's looking for Kang. That's what she is. Like
so you because people have been wrong. Well, not wrong, but people have been thinking it's Immortus that we've seen, but it was He Who Remained.
Yeah, that was.
We still haven't seen Immortus yet.
We're not going to probably see Immortus until maybe Young Avengers, because Immortus is the character who's more so not bound by conquering or nefarious deeds, but more so towards.
Okay, what if Immortus is the one that is controlling the TVA? We think it's Kang, but
it's because that'll be messing up the dichotomy of what makes those three separate versions of Kang unique. Kang is the traditional mustache twirling villain of the group. He Who Remains is the person that was. That's the one that just stands back and views everything and just really doesn't pick a side. And when it
Ken, appreciate you for tuning in too, bro. Thanks for tuning in, Ken.
What's up, Spade? What's up? That was Richard's prime. Yes, Immortus is indeed Nathaniel Richards.
Yes, fact.
But Immortus is always the one who understands the scope and brevity of things like this and actively tries to stop Kang from doing these type of things, so there can still be a universe left. That's why you always see Kang and Immortus at odds, because Immortus is Kang when he's an older man, when he's seen everything. He tries to stop Kang from just completely going off and ruining everything. Ravonna is always tied to Kang. If you guys have seen the awesome Avengers Earth's Mightiest Hero cartoon, you know that when he was introduced, his whole reasoning was to stop a cataclysm that killed that left his wife in the catatonic state, and that's Ravonna. That's why I kept pushing Renslayer being the unimportant name, because it's Ravonna, because that is Kang's wife. And to me, Kang, not He Who Remains, not Immortus, it was Kang trying to get her to him because that's his wife, that's his queen, that's who he wants to conquer the timelines with. And that's when going and finding free will. And it also, after thinking on it, it plays into the finale. Spoilers, like the spoilers of it all. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Well, the relationship of it all.
Yeah. Let us know, not to cut you off, but let us know in the comments, everybody who's tuning in. Let us know if y'all liked episode 6, the finale of Loki season 1. Let us know how y'all felt about it.
Yeah. So major spoilers for the finale. So mute us if you don't want
if you haven't seen it.
If you haven't seen us. So we're gonna give you 5 seconds.
And we're back.
No, it wasn't 5 seconds.
Oh, that wasn't 5 seconds.
That's why I was counting it down. I had it.
That's crazy.
But when Loki, when Sylvie does her deal and kill He Who Remains, she pushes Loki through a time pad portal. Okay. He said good with spoilers, and no, I did not, because I never fell for the whole Miss Minutes thing, because I always look for.
I was like, I knew Miss Minutes had like some
significant,
but to see her become like a super villain and be evil, I had no wishings for that.
No, I knew I can recognize the MCU's red herrings about that, so that never really crossed my mind. But when she sends him back to the TVA, it's assumed that it's his TVA. It's the TVA that that they've been basing the show around and whatnot. But then at the end, it's revealed that no, this isn't the TVA. This is another universe's TVA, where Kang is ubiquitously, I hope I used that word, said it and used it correctly, but there's no ambiguity. There's no timekeepers to make a false illusion. It's Kang.
So do you think we're gonna see Kang the Conqueror in season 2?
No. I'm about to tell you everything, what I think about all of this. With everything about oh, that's interesting.
Talking about Miss Minute?
That's what they're saying, that they an idea they had for it. But I think that with the TVA, I think that it shows, because one of the major themes with Loki is the lies we tell, the lies we tell ourselves and the lies we tell each other.
Yeah.
And the lies that, and that's the prevailing theme of the show. At some point in the show, each member of the main cast has told a lie to push their own agenda.
Okay.
And I think that Kang's lie, even though he was adamant that everything he was saying was truthful, which for the most
murderer,
part, which for the hypocrite, which for the most part it was, I think that he was lying about just how unique his specific plan was. You know, him saying that the TVA was meant to this specific timeline, the TVA was meant to keep the other Kangs out, when in reality, he knew that all of these other Kangs had a similar idea, but rather than pretend that there was nobody on the outskirts like the He Who Remains did, you know, this Kang was, you know, he's like, no bones about it. The TVA operate at my whim. And I think now Loki has to find his way out of this predicament and get back to his universe, to get with Mobius and C-19 and, you know, stop this from happening, or try to stop this from happening, because I know some people who said that this was a new reality for them, like this was the new version of the reality because of what they did. And no, they already explained to you that it wouldn't have worked like that. And it's like, since we know that the timeline
isn't a different reality, another part of is a parallel universe.
Yeah, he's in it. That's what.
So it's the same thing.
No,
you were saying it's not a different reality.
No, I'm saying that that's like the MCU's reality that they were in, that Loki was in the entire time change. It's not like so that Mobius, that C-19, you know, none of that stuff would, like, they no longer exist because of what they did. And what I'm saying is, no, they do exist. It's just that Loki is not, you know, like he got when the timeline splintered off, Sylvie probably not thinking or not caring. She just assumed, oh, I'm just going to open up a portal. He'll go right back to the TVA that we were just at. But in doing so, just sent him.
Why did they go to a universe? Oh, so as soon as it splintered, it took them to a universe. So when they became, when they went to the void,
as soon as it splintered, when Kang was sitting there and talking to him, as soon as it splintered, the sacred timeline no longer was a straight. Think of it like a road.
Yeah,
it was no longer a straight road, and that means that the destination from the void to the TVA was no longer the only path. Now you have several branches that pop off, and if you're just randomly picking up a TemPad, and
so my thing is, why out of all the universes they went to a universe where Loki and Sylvie were not at the TVA at all?
I mean, probably was random. It probably was just the luck of the draw, just to hammer home or maybe it was by design. Who knows? But all I can say is that my theory about season 2 is going to be both trying the Mobius and C-19 trying to get to Loki. You're right. B15, B915.
It's
some letters in 15. and Mobius trying to get to Loki and vice versa, because from Mobius and them end, they know like the jig is up. They've already revealed it and everything.
Willie, what's up? Appreciate you tuning in, broski. What up, ball?
The jig is up. And, you know, all of that stuff is good. Like the jig is up. There's nothing left to hide. So they're trying to get to Loki because Loki's the only one that knows what happened, and they're shorthanded. And then on this other side, Loki he's no longer dealing with time. He's dealing with multiverse. And streets are saying Loki is going to be in Doctor Strange too. He's going to be the third lead in Multiverse of Madness.
Well, since you said your theory, let me hang in mine, because mine isn't as cut and dry as yours. It's actually a little bit less than yours, because they really didn't give us enough. They gave us, I don't think they gave us enough to make any solid statement on what's going to be going on in season 2 of Loki.
That's why you gotta pay attention to the surroundings.
Now, obviously, I'm thinking that it's gonna be similar. Of course, Loki's gonna have to convince Mobius and B19, or we could even see him hop into a different universe where ones that believe him are, and we could even see a lot of doppelgangers in this next up and coming season, where you need to know which version you can trust, because it'll be some that'll be masking themselves as ones who trust Loki only to turn on him. Like, say he jumps in, stays with this universe, and they'll be hunting him. and then he goes to another version where there's something that's helping him, and vice versa. So I don't think it's going to just be as cut as dry as them staying with these specific variations or
That's
this
what I said.
specific
That's
universe.
literally what I said.
Oh, okay.
I said that they're not going to sit there and be on just that. He's not going to stay in that universe. Matter of fact, I don't think he's going to be in that universe for more than one episode before he escapes.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And starts his voyage across the multiverse to get back to his end.
Now, do I think he's going to be in Doctor Strange 2?
Yes,
I don't think so. I think they're already saturating the movie with Spider-Man.
No, because here's the thing:
Wanda,
Spider-Man,
Vision. I'm pretty positive is going to be in the movie.
No.
So more Loki than Vision, even though this is not only
because
Doctor Strange's
they
movie,
already said Vision's not going to be a part of Vision. They have no plans on reuniting.
It sound good.
No, they legitimately said that. Right now, Wanda's only more concerned. Wanda has let go of Vision. She's content with Vision being dead. Her main motivation now is her kids. So
who are also dead.
No, because they never existed. They never existed. Vision actually was a living entity. The kids was something Wanda conjured.
So if we're going by the multiversal standards, where she's actually looking,
I'm about to explain.
I mean, they always were alive and always were dead, right?
I'm about to explain it to you.
But I'm saying
because it's not as cut and dry as that.
Okay.
The thing is, what people are speculating is that Wanda's kid, the kids, since basically you can assume until they either confirm or deny it, was that the TV shows, well, those were different realities. So technically, when Wanda created them, those became their own individual realities. So that means somewhere in the multiverse that there is those TV show realities that exist, and that also would explain, because I know they said Agatha's coming back, so that means
multiverse of madness.
That means that that's now a pocket dimension or pocket multiverse or whatever they're going to call it. But essentially, they exist out there in that whole spiel, that whole shebang. What they're saying, and this is what I come to finally, because you say they didn't give enough. I say they gave us everything. Everything makes sense if you've been paying attention to everything.
No, I don't think so.
It's that
I don't think they gave us enough.
Well, you probably haven't been paying attention to everything.
I have, and I paid attention to everything, actually, sir. And they still didn't give us enough.
No, because it's very clear what's going to happen is that what happened in Loki is how everything happens.
Okay, if it's clear cut, I want to know exactly what you think. You told me exactly what you think. So when Loki season 2 come out, Loki divert all of your expectations.
Okay, that's okay. I mean that just because I don't know the exact plot piece.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
But what you're saying is different than what
I feel like they didn't give us enough to go off for the season to know what the next season.
But they're not. But it don't. But
they gave us enough for the multiverse about what's coming up.
First of all, Loki, the season 2 and the phase 4 plot are completely separate. So of course they're not going to give us
but
all
they
of
literally started phase 4 with this initial.
No, they started phase 4 with WandaVision. That's what they started phase 4 with.
So okay, now thank you for saying that. Thank you for bringing that up. Now, because I also want to know, is that a plot hole or was that something deliberately done because she's a Nexus being? So we know WandaVision takes place before Loki in a sense. Now, Wanda was tapping into the multiverse at the end of WandaVision, tapping into the multiverse.
No, she was tapping into her magic.
She was tapping into the multiverse because her children, we already stated, were in the multiverse. We already stated they're in another reality.
No.
You just said that.
I said that, but I said that. What I said was her children in the reality. That doesn't mean
that is another universe.
You're mixing. Yes, it is. You're mixing metaphors. Let me break it down to you.
No, it wasn't a metaphor. That's what's happening.
I'm being facetious. What I'm getting at is that you're missing. You're wrong. You're
so are
wrong.
The kids in another universe? Yes or no?
Again, that's not what it is. You said she was tapping into the multiverse. She was not.
She was. If it's a parallel reality, that's another reality.
Listen to what I'm about to tell you instead of just going off of what you think. In WandaVision, she was the Nexus stuff that they were talking about has nothing to do with multiverse. That's magic stuff. That's just straight up magic.
That has nothing to do with the realities that she was tapping into to find her children.
the Scarlet Witch is so powerful that they're basically what Agatha said was that the Scarlet Witch is so powerful she can do anything and but that's not specific to multiverse stuff. That was
her powers. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about literally where her children were
and
at.
she was not.
You're not telling me where her children were at
because you keep cutting me off. And
where were they?
It's not about where her children's at. It's about what she was doing to find them.
It is about where.
Because I'm about to tell you how that's not the point. The Darkhold, the most powerful magical book.
Obviously, I know that.
Yeah, but that's what was feeding through the universe, finding her kids, not Wanda. The
not through the universe, through different realities, which is a part of the multiverse.
The Darkhold was doing that for Wanda, and it wasn't until, and people have pointed out, is that you can surmise that the multiverse branching and the WandaVision stuff kind of happened at the same time.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did it or did it not?
You've been saying a whole bunch of stuff. You've been saying a whole bunch of other stuff.
I haven't. I said where I said before. That's why I stated.
You said
it happened first. I said in WandaVision, her traverse in the multiverse happened first. If we're saying that it didn't, if it happened at the same time that the branches divulged, then okay.
But that's not a plot hole if they haven't explained it yet, and it's not.
It is a plot hole if she's traversing the multiverse, but when it's just a sacred timeline,
she didn't traverse the multiverse yet.
She did. If we're saying that her kids were in a different reality, you can't say they weren't in a different reality and say they weren't a part of the multiverse.
Yes, you can.
Because each of the different realities is a multiversal branch.
Because at the time she's creating her own reality. At that point in time, it's still connected to the.
But the reality she was going through,
she wasn't going through nowhere. She was creating it. She wasn't going.
So
through,
when she was in the log cabin, she was creating a different multiverse. Then why she couldn't just pull her kids out?
No, she wasn't doing no multiverse traveling at all.
What was she doing then? How did she hear her kids through that?
Because the super powerful magic book was amplifying her magic, Quentin. That's what it was.
See, that makes no sense.
Quentin, it's a comic book television show. If it tells us that's what it's doing,
they didn't tell us that.
Yes, it was.
No, it didn't.
You couldn't surmise that from watching this. If I picked that up and other people picked that up,
how could you pick that up? So you're telling me that she was. So why would she use her powers to do that?
Because if the show is telling you she is creating everything, literally everything, if she's creating the different television time periods.
No, that was when she had the hexagon over the city. That had nothing to do with the moment she had the dark hole.
Listen to what I'm saying, because you're just saying this. No, all of that is relevant because it's all connected. You're talking about she's traversing through the multiverse. No, she couldn't, because there was no way she could.
So you telling me she was making a whole bunch of realities for what?
She was dealing with her grief. And
I am talking about at the end cut
she didn't create no.
When she was in the cabin, what was she doing?
She was not creating.
What was she doing?
She was not creating no reality.
Exactly. I'm not saying she was.
You just did.
You said no. I guess you didn't understand what I was saying. I was talking about when she was in the cabin and she was using her multiple astral projection. What was she doing?
Astral projecting.
So for what? And you could hear her children calling out to her. What was she doing?
She was doing it so if anybody came and visit her, they wouldn't go and look for what she's doing. That has nothing to do with.
So where were her children at?
The children she's looking for
that you heard calling out to her. Where were they at?
They're elsewhere. That doesn't mean she's there.
Where were they at?
Quentin, obviously they're
in another reality, which is a part of the multiverse. But
she's not traveling the multiverse, Quentin.
Let us know in the comments what y'all think. Do y'all think Wanda was traversing the multiverse? Or do y'all think she was just in the book and her children were just calling from nowhere?
Yes, that's what it was.
No, it was not.
Because what do you mean?
There's no way I'll believe that.
Quentin,
especially when she's going into the multiverse of madness.
Quentin, think about what you're talking about. What did Loki establish? Anybody caught tampering with the timeline to create a multiverse, who show up?
But you just said Quentin, that it happened at the same time
Quentin,
that you said when they broke the branch, when they broke the multiverse and Kang died, you said when them branches start branching off, that was the same time WandaVision did that. You just said
and
that. Then nobody would come.
No, the TVA absolutely would come.
How when it's the same time? They couldn't even handle it.
Because at the end of the because that what you mean? No.
Yeah, and Owen Winston said, how are we even supposed to handle all this? It's 60 plus.
And they were still sending people out there just because you say, oh, how are we going to handle it? So I'm guessing them folks was just running for nothing. They was just running to be running in the TVA. They weren't teleporting out to these anomalies to try to curtail it.
And they also have to pick and choose where they go. It ain't just like they all in one place at all times.
You're absolutely right. So the Scarlet Witch would be their primary place.
Good.
Which mean it sound good. If you're gonna say good. They're gonna pick and choose, what you gonna do? You gonna look for a person with a grenade, or you gonna look for a person with a missile?
And to kill that statement is the fact that she was looking through the multiverse, not applying anything to it, looking through.
That's still a no for the TVA. You still
looking into the multiverse?
Yes. If they kidnapped,
and not if it was a part of what was supposed to go on.
No, it wasn't.
How do you know that?
Because if it happened through if it happened when the multiverse branched, obviously the TVA wasn't expecting the multiverse to branch off.
Okay, so
how can it be that?
So who's to say that was still a branch?
That
means everything everybody did was a branch. So that means it's infinite branches.
That's not at all.
Because you can't.
Because if she was because you literally just said something.
So how is her looking through multiple timelines is something that the TVA would say is a divergent?
Because she's learning knowledge that the TVA was deeming unacceptable. No one could know about. That's the whole point of the TVA. You're not supposed to know there's more than one timeline. You're not supposed to know you can travel through the multiverse.
Like you just said, now that the timelines had diverged and it's a new part of history, who's to even say that the same things apply?
But that's my point, and plus that's independent of what I was saying in the first place, because that whole point was to disprove what you were saying.
Man, it's better than physics class, though. This
whole point is, though, everything you keep going back to that was to disprove your whole she's traversing the multiverse.
Bruh, because you're not telling me where her children are at. If her children are not on the physical WandaVision
you don't have to travel the multiverse if you're using if you're hearing something. You don't have to. If that was the case, then again, if that was what she was doing, and there's a reason why,
it is a reason.
No, not your reason.
What's up, bro? Appreciate you tuning in.
Not your reason. Your reason is not making. Your reason is not paying attention.
Her children called out to her from the multiverse.
No,
the movie is going into multiverse of madness. So you don't. So WandaVision is not gonna have anything to do with her children in multiverse of madness. That's what you're telling me.
That's literally not at all what I'm talking about.
If she goes,
listen to what I'm talking about, and what I'm actually saying.
If Wanda Maximoff goes and pulls her children in multiverse of madness from another universe,
but she did not travel the multiverse to find them before the events of Doctor Strange.
So where are they calling from?
The book is helping her find them.
Where
Quentin.
Are they?
They're not. What does that have to do with where? What does that?
They're in the multiverse.
Both of those are independent from each other. Multiverse. Them being in the multiverse has nothing to do with her reading in the book and looking for the.
How when they called out to her? If they called out to her from the multiverse, they're in the multiverse. So she heard them because she's traversing it with her mind.
No, she's not doing
how did she hear
the book is helping her find them,
bro.
That's not her traversing.
Let us
the
know what y'all
multiverse.
think. Do y'all think Wanda was in the multiverse?
No,
I didn't ask you. I'm asking the geeks and gamers out there.
So they can
do y'all think that Wanda heard her children through the multiverse because she was traversing the multiverse to find them?
She obviously was hearing them, but she wasn't traversing it. She wasn't astral projecting through the multiverse to find them.
Do y'all remember when Doctor Strange did the 114 million different
with the time stone, right?
Yes,
with the time stone.
Let me finish with the time stone to see all the possible realities. Now we know Wanda Maximoff has the ability, Scarlet Witch has the ability to traverse the multiverse because she's a Nexus being 4-1.
That's never been established. When did Agatha say she could do that?
They did. No.
When did Agatha say she could do that?
So we can only go. For one, let me just say this. So we can't go off of comic book logic too.
No, we can't because it's not applicable. Because it's not applicable to the current storyline.
So we know Wanda Maximoff is going to traverse the multiverse in the next movie she's in, which is Doctor Strange multiverse of madness. So we do know she traverses the multiverse with
Doctor Strange. Not
using her powers as well.
We don't know that. We don't know anything about that.
So we don't know that. All right. Anyway, so we know she's going to traverse the multiverse, and we know that the next movie she's in is a multiversal movie. So before that, they lead it up by showing that she has the ability to traverse the multiverse because her kids were in another reality, and she was going through the multiverse having the same effect as Doctor Strange when he used the time stone.
Where did you get all of this information from? Everything.
Do we got to play the scene? Do we have to play the scene?
What in that scene made you think she was doing the same thing Doctor Strange did?
No, I didn't say
you
exactly.
Just did.
I'm saying like it's already set us up that Doctor Strange using the Time Stone,
which is an Infinity Stone.
Yes,
using
and we heard about her powers is based from Infinity Stone.
No, but that's she can't literally like
it has already been stated in WandaVision that Wanda Maximoff is definitely the strongest person in the MCU right now. That has already been stated. The strongest hero.
That was assumed. First of all, that
play the scene. I got you. Play the scene. I got you.
No, because that'll get us.
You better be glad that we'll get DMC. We're gonna watch it when we get out.
No, like that's literally no. I can tell you the scene because Mike from MD plays it and he talks about it so much that is seared in my brain.
Bro.
She literally was just in the book meditating,
and she had the same effects as Doctor Strange did when he.
Where are you getting that part from? You keep saying that, but there's no evidence that was exactly what the hell she was doing.
But she was still so we know traversing different times give that effect when you're using the Time Stone.
But we know that her children are in different universes. We don't know she was doing the same thing. All we know is that the kids were calling out to her. You keep saying that she was doing the we have no indication that she was it was
and
that
we 100 and we don't know if Kang is the Kang that we gonna see in season 2. If Kang
is going to be Kang,
you base it off your assumption.
No, because
they haven't stated.
Yes, the screenwriters did say that Jonathan Majors will be playing Kang.
In Quantumania,
not
season 2 Loki.
Yes, they literally did say that. They said that you're actually going to be seeing Jonathan Kang play a bunch of Kang.
Oh, exactly, a bunch of Kang. So who's to say that Kang is the runner of the TVA? Is Kang the Conqueror? Exactly.
What do you mean? He was literally wearing the Kang the Conqueror stuff and again,
he didn't have the helmet on. That was straight a picture of Jonathan Majors, regular Jonathan Majors.
He had everything on but the helmet.
That makes him a different Kang.
I never said it wasn't going. Obviously, if I'm telling you there's going to be more than one Kang, Quentin, where are you getting this whole? I'm talking about
no, because I'm talking about at first you said it was Kang the Conqueror that was going to be running the TVA, and because
that was the only Kang we were talking about.
Exactly.
If we're going to talk about there are going to be more Kangs, then yes, there are going to be more Kangs. But for that specific instance, there's just one Kang in charge of that one TVA. If you wanted me to expound on that, I could. But to get back to the original point, there is no indication that. There's no.
What do you agree on, Aaron? Don't start doing that. But I agree, and then don't even know what he agreeing about.
He was watching from the beginning. He's
D-man. Let me know, bro. Do you think Wanda?
You're not talking. You didn't say.
No, this is all what we think because we don't know.
You said you do know.
All the geeky. You do. You said that about. I'm just going against you. You always said everything you say is a fact, and it's not.
No, I don't.
Geeks and gamers, let us know. Do y'all think Wanda was traversing the multiverse when she heard her children, when she was in the cabin and she had the Darkhold out and she had her astral projection? Do y'all think she was in the multiverse, or do y'all think she was just whatever she was doing?
And what proof do you have that she was doing the exact same thing?
Yeah, Jonathan Majors is awesome. Yeah, facts. That's a fact.
Nah, bro. You're not gonna sit here and say
that I agree.
You're not gonna sit here and try
to.
Was. No, with what proof? Because she was sitting down and had a man
and heard her children. Where are her children? You're not answering that.
I did multiple times, and I'm telling you
where.
And I'm telling you, it don't matter that she heard it because she wasn't traversing the multiverse. That's not proof she was traversing the multiverse.
What is the proof of then?
That the book is as powerful as Agatha said. That was the point of it, Quentin. That the Darkhold.
What does that have to do with her children?
She's looking for her children. The Darkhold is the most powerful object of the magical community, and Wanda is because what you do is you watch a bunch of YouTube shit, and then you're like, this makes sense, even though the shows ain't said nothing about this, and the shows have been very good at telling you exactly what it is.
Exactly my point. When we see the scene when she hear her children, we see her hear her children. Her children are not in this universe, so you can't tell me that she isn't a part of the multiverse after you just stated that the time she literally heard her children. It don't matter if she's helping her; she's in the multiverse.
Yes, it does.
No, you're saying
Quentin, if I'm in the passenger seat of your car, am I driving? Even though I'm telling you directions, am I driving your car? If you
drive my car into the multiverse, we're both in the multiverse.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say if I'm driving your car. I'm saying if I'm in your passenger seat giving you directions, am I driving your car?
This guy is crazy.
No, I'm being serious. You still answer what I said.
Okay, explain to me what is a sub-multiverse. That's all I want to know. What is a sub-multiverse?
It's basically a pocket dimension.
Now, if somebody tells me that
I've been telling you,
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about what you're talking about because you ain't making no sense. I'm talking about if somebody tells me that the children are in another realm, then yeah, okay.
No, he's trolling. He's trolling.
I know he's trolling, but I'm saying that's my point. If the children are with Mephisto or in limbo or in purgatory, I would understand.
Then that's definitely not.
But they're not setting that up because she's gonna be in Multiverse of Madness and find her children, which are in the multiverse,
dude.
So no.
What do you? First of all, again,
they were setting it up. Her traversing the multiverse.
She wasn't. Okay. She was using the super powerful book
to traverse the multiverse.
No.
And pocket universes. Okay, but what pocket universe would they be in? Because she destroyed all her pocket universes.
No, she didn't destroy. No, obviously she didn't destroy the universes. She simply sent them elsewhere. So it wasn't enslaving a town. She didn't say I destroyed it, or else she would have just flat foot killed Agatha. That was what she was going to do. Obviously,
and you just stated earlier that each of those TV shows are their own realities, which make them their own universe.
Which John pointed out, which what I literally said earlier.
But you would still have to traverse the multiverse to find them.
No, because it would be called a. Do you not know the differences between a universe and a pocket universe? A pocket universe is more often than not, depending on the
pocket universe will still be in the multiverse.
No, it wouldn't, because it would just be a universe. A pocket universe is a subset of a prime universe, depending on who's doing it.
Yeah, you watch WandaVision. Really, you just got to watch the last scene. Yes, Doctor Strange is gonna be in the multiverse. Yes, all of them is the multiverse. All of WandaVision stuff was setting up for the multiverse. It was setting her kids up to go to find them. We thought that they were setting up WandaVision was setting up Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness through her changing the multiverse when she made her own reality. It didn't. It was her looking for her kids, which sets up her traversing the multiple realities.
No.
Yes.
No. Not at all.
I can't do. I'm done.
No, not at all.
So her kids were just calling out to her from down the street.
They were obviously calling out from beyond her universe, the multiverse.
Exactly.
But she wasn't traversing it. She probably didn't even know it was a multiverse to traverse.
Until she got the dark hole and then went into the dark. Used the dark hole and it amplified her powers.
She had the dark hole when she left the Sunny View. It's not before the dark hole. And she didn't hear the kids. Obviously, before that, she made the decision to look for the kids. She didn't know shit about a multiverse.
Until she used the dark hole.
No, she didn't.
So what was she doing in the cabin?
She was looking for her kids. In her mind, her kids are probably either dead like Vision or in a nut or back in the pocket reality, and she's trying to figure out to get in there. She don't know shit about a multiverse, shit about
where were they calling from?
Quentin, just because we think that
we saw. We heard she heard her. So
we saw her look in the book. We don't know. We
saw her. We saw her using magic with the book.
We assume based off of a good 99.
Appreciate it.
We assume we assume off of a good 99.9% possibility of what the people been telling us who work behind the scenes.
This coming from a guy who just said in Loki all the subtle stuff they gave us was enough to understand exactly what was going to happen in season 2. But when we talk about WandaVision, now subtlety is just we don't know.
When did I say that? The difference between what I said and what you're saying is that you looked at her sitting cross legs floating in the air looking at this book and hearing her kids' voices as she was sitting there doing the same thing.
Context of her being in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, they setting it up.
What context? Because she did a vaguely same thing. That means she was looking at the multiverse, and we're just going to assume that she...
Hey, John, make sure you have on your earphones so you can actually hear her children calling out to her from another reality.
We're not arguing that. I'm arguing that she's not traversing the multiverse. All she's doing is her hearing her kids. She don't know shit about the multiverse.
So you telling me she does not have the ability? We're not saying she's not stepping physically into that reality.
Not physically, not
seeing the reality, seeing where her children are in that reality. That's still a level of traversal.
No. First of all, no. And secondly, I don't think she's doing that. I could be wrong about one thing, but I know I'm not wrong about the other thing. That other thing being that what she's doing is traversing the multiverse. No. If she was traversing the multiverse, she would at the very least, and again,
so you telling me a person can't astral project? I physically can't manipulate this reality or touch this reality, but I can literally go here and look and see my children.
The only way I would rock with that is if both of our assumptions about this taking place at the end of Loki and the multiverse being open, so it's easier for her to do that.
You said you thought you believed that it did.
Again, if that's true, then okay. If you're going to explain it like that, then yes, that could be.
That's what I've been saying the whole time, though.
But I still don't think that's where they're going with it.
why would they set it up like that then in WandaVision and then knowing she's gonna be in Multiverse of Madness?
I'll very easily explain it to you like that. Oh, she's looking for her kids, but she doesn't know how she can find them, and she really just hears her voices. Doctor Strange comes to Wanda. She's a hero. She's just now
factual.
Exactly. Doctor Strange comes to Wanda. She's powerful. She's a hero. Wanda, I need your help with this multiverse. Wanda, light bulb. Oh, I can go help him and look for my kids at the same time.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
independent from each other.
No, I'm saying okay. Both of them have a mutual goal. One of them cannot even one of them cannot physically or spiritually traverse the multiverse at all. So he comes to Wanda, and Wanda, who's actually been able to go into the multiverses and see them without physically being able to.
But I'm saying that Wanda still would have no idea what the multiverse is. Still,
I'm not saying she don't, but I'm saying she has seen the multiverse.
I'm saying she probably didn't even do that. By the time we see her in Doctor Strange 2, only thing she'll have is the Darkhold. Oh, it showed me some stuff. I didn't understand it. I still didn't find what I was looking for. And then Doctor Strange
but we know she heard her children. We know that for a fact. We know that she heard her children. We know she was in a state where obviously she probably seeing some stuff that we might not on screen can see her seeing. So maybe she did see her children in these multiverse realities.
If that was what happened, if it was the multiverse, like she could just be hearing the fucking voices. Like dead ass. She could just be hearing the voices and seeing some occult goddamn pentagram.
Her eyes were fully red.
Okay. And
which usually in movies indicates that they're seeing something. Usually, come on, now we gonna act like it don't happen.
Usually in the movie.
Okay.
But all joking aside, okay, her eyes were red, meaning that she was using her power. That's about it. I can't surmise nothing else from it. She was using her power. The big question the big question is Loki is Loki before after. I think it no longer matters. I think that he's so wholly original that he like you can completely separate him from either in the original timeline or anything that happened in the Infinity War Endgame. But back to
hold on, wait. Yeah, D-Man, we're not arguing that Loki ended up in a different timeline. That's like almost a given. Yeah, we definitely believe that. Yes. We're just we've already established we don't know for sure, but I'm on the same boat as Kumani. I believe that Wanda and the timeline, the way she was able to see into the timeline was the same time. I think as soon as the timeline diverged, her being a Nexus being will have a little bit inclination to know when that is able to happen. And also her children even maybe Wanda being able to be in reality maybe could have been right before that.
Yes, and my stance is that while I do also believe that it's happening at the same time, Wanda not understanding what is happening probably is not getting any clarification on what she's hearing.
Oh, hold on. Not to cut you off, but did we ever suspect that?
Also, excellent to break it down because we were getting rough. So thank you for leaving that door open for us to explain our points.
So not to cut you off, but did we ever think that the diversion of the timeline amplified a Nexus being when she was at that very moment of the amount of pain and grief was allow her to build that pocket dimension in the first place?
No, because again, that would mean that everybody's instruments in the universe would have gone off. This is me really assuming, but to say
psychedelics, it's always psychedelics, John. Every time.
To say that if we're gonna say that the ending of Loki takes place at the beginning of WandaVision,
when she was standing over the house,
I don't think so, because I think that would take a lot of power leveling out of Scarlet Witch, out of the Scarlet Witch revelation, and two, I would definitely assume that since we know Sword is out there and we know that they're keeping a closer eye on a lot of this stuff, I think that it would have been more apparent of the multiversal changes happening, especially not just talking about WandaVision, but also you got to think about the Winter Soldier and Falcon as well. You would also have to hear some stuff about that, and then with Sharon being the power broker, you would assume that they would definitely hint at some stuff like that as well. But that's just my 2 cents on that. And I think that if anything, Marvel likes to time all of this stuff out in a line. So in my opinion, just a quick.
But we have already stated that Marvel drops the ball on some continuity in their move between their movies.
True, but I think that they took this a little bit more seriously. And my assumption is that Far From Home, WandaVision, Loki's finale all take place at the same time, but you see the effects in different areas. You know, Wanda hearing her kids' voices, you know, how and when. We both know that we disagree on that, but but at the very least, we know that is helping, or that has some effect on it. Obviously, Far From Home, like, just give up the ghost. We know Toby and Andrew are in that movie.
They've been lying the whole time.
We know they're in the movie. We know we're gonna get the 3 live action Spider-Mans and the Sinister Six and all that noise.
Quick, but remember your point. But do you like this new Spider-Man Doctor Strange suit that's been revealed? I don't like it that much. I don't like the blue emblem on the front.
Oh, we're gonna have to save all that talk.
But that's like the same one that's in the comic books, right? It's more akin like the one when he got the sorcery, when he was with the sorcery.
No, it's I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about that black and gold suit. Personally, I find it lazy.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it. But
let us know if y'all seen the new Doctor Strange is it the Doctor Strange multiverse suit, or is it from Far From Home?
It's from Far From Home.
Let me know what y'all think about the Far From Home suit, because I don't like it. I think he should have had another red or blue suit.
But basically Loki, WandaVision, Spider-Man Far From Home happen at the same time.
Facts,
but three different places, and then it'll culminate in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
John, it's gross talking about the Spider-Man.
I agree. But the long and short of it is, because we literally talked about
John, appreciate you. Josh, appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate it.
We literally talked about this Marvel thing this whole episode.
Yeah, No Way Home. Yeah,
facts, we literally talked about this Marvel thing, No Way Home. So all I will say is this: we will have a No, we won't. We probably won't have a definitive answer until next year. But we will have a better understanding of it, at least by Christmas time this year, because Far From Home will probably have some answers.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, nothing from Shang-Chi, nothing from Eternals, unless they come in there. And even then, I don't think that they would put multiverse stuff in Shang-Chi. I really don't.
QMG, let me ask you a personal question, because I don't know how I've been feeling about this, and it's not because it's an Asian cast or nothing, but Shang-Chi just looks like it's going to be boring.
I don't agree with that, and I will tell you exactly.
Isn't the Mandarin being played by Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat?
No, he's not. No, that's
not the old Shang Tsung. I'm talking about the new Shang Tsung.
No, there is no. That's the same actor.
I think it is the one who's playing the Mandarin. I thought it was.
Well, the one I was gonna say, because no, the Mandarin isn't in the movie. It's Shang-Chi's father. He's the leader.
I thought that was the Mandarin.
No, that's not
in this. Because I remember the original Shang-Chi, Fu Manchu was his father.
No, it's not the Mandarin.
Okay.
But no, I don't think. No, I don't really.
From the trailers, I didn't see nothing that really jumped out to me. Like, let me know in the comments, Geeks and Gamers. Do y'all
did you see the second trailer?
No, I think I did. I'm not sure. I have to watch it.
Well, watch the more recent trailer, because I think that it does a better job. I will say that I am noticing a pattern.
Yeah.
And this is a pattern based off of one movie, but it is a pattern nonetheless. And I really hope they don't try to make this a factory setting. And by that I mean a lot of the shots seem reminiscent of Black Panther, and I really just hope they don't take all of these ethnic specific characters and just Black Panther. I really want them to let the directors do what Ryan Coogler was able to do with their specific cultures and not kind of frame it and shoot it like they did Black Panther. But other than that, I don't agree. I think Shang-Chi does look pretty dope. I think that it's a nice. I'm always.
You think we're gonna get his multiple man version?
I think that will be a ways off. Like they could.
They're gonna allude to it in the first movie and then probably give it to him later on in like an next Avengers, something like that.
It could be.
I thought that was probably a cool power to start off with. I know it comes later in his life, but I thought.
But see, Shang-Chi is a guy he's awesome because he has no powers. He can just
once again he got the moniker like every other kung fu kid, the most seasoned martial artist. And first it was Iron Fist, then it's Black Panther.
Actually, technically, it's always been Shang-Chi. That just come from Marvel not really wanting to promote Shang-Chi.
I think DC do it too. Like
no, because
everybody in there is the biggest, best fighter of all time.
DC is better at it because it's always consistently been Lady Shiva and Cassandra Cain. But like it's always like unless you're dealing with a
Bronze Tigers,
like unless you're dealing with a show that's ultimately not going to mention those characters, then that's more often than what it is. But
one thing I did like though is that they constantly casted Michael Jai White as Bronze Tiger, even in the animated, the 70s-esque movie that came out.
Batman.
Yeah, Michael Jai White was Bronze Tiger again. I like that. I'm glad they did that because he was Bronze Tiger in the CW verse.
Yes. Did you know that when Bruce Lee did Enter the Dragon, he was off that Jack a lot in the Wild Film?
Woo! Off that Jack Daniels, Jim Beam.
And he was still legitimately kicking ass in that movie. But yeah, Eternals. If there's one movie,
I'm not excited at all. I feel like it's gonna get that the Inhumans vibe. Inhumans Part 2.
I'm waiting for the Aaron Johnson cut of that film of Eternals. That's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah,
that's the version of the movie I'm waiting for.
Key, thanks for tuning in. Thanks.
That's
Karen, thanks for tuning in.
That's the version of the
D-Man said he liked the new suit for Spider-Man.
D-Man like everything.
I swear,
but
bro, why does everybody know that? D-Man, you like everything, broski.
But yeah, I'm waiting for the Aaron Johnson cut of Eternals, and I'm there's nothing about that movie. Like I bootlegged Black Widow just because.
Well, he's being facetious, guys. Here into the Quniverse, we do not indulge in piracy. We pay for everything. So just get that straight. We pay for everything. Yeah, John. Yeah. Woo! Aaron's new guys way better than Eternals. Come on now. You already know that.
I really don't. I really don't, because this movie's been in the can for a while now. It's been in the can for at least 2 years now. It finished shooting at the beginning of the pandemic. And the pandemic, all it did was slow down its post-production, the CGI and stuff of that nature. And yeah, I just don't think. Yes, I agree as well. Yeah, but definitely speaking, I just don't care about Eternals. Like I don't care.
Not at all. There's nothing I've seen that has been exciting at all.
I just like I don't like anything like.
Yeah, they're like, even when you know it's not good when Angelina Jolie is in the movie and you're not even excited about it.
And I don't want to cast aspersions on Chloe Zhao, the Academy Award winning director helming it. She literally, by all intents and purposes, is a immaculate film director who understands how to shoot and do things of that beautiful nature. But I don't think she's going to be allowed to make the difference. I think
isn't that Black Knight's weapon?
Yes. Yeah, who cares about money?
Jon Snow, that'd probably be that's the only person I'm looking forward to see, because he plays knights very well, and to be playing the Black Knight, I'm definitely ready to see that. What? I like Jon Snow. He cool.
Ooh, well, we coming up to the end of our show, y'all. It's been about an hour.
And we was supposed to talk about dang on. We ain't even talk about dang on because folks want to get all loud and shit.
If you would just listen to me. Yes, because Kevin Feige never knew you could film outside in natural lighting and shading and all of that stuff. So of course it's going to be the most head ass statement this dude I've ever seen this dude make. But
like we still got not like 7 minutes, bro. We still got stuff, so we gonna get back to this WandaVision. But honestly, yeah. Eternals looks pretty boring.
I swear to God, if they do that garbage ass shit in the MCU, I don't know what the hell.
You know they finna pay Jon Snow them bucks, and you think they finna pay him for some minor role?
I would.
You think they finna pay that boy? That boy damn near be the new head of the goddamn. Because for one, who you think is Shang-Chi finna be the new head of the Marvel?
First things first, let's stop capping. There is no way in hell that they're finna make Black Knight a primary MCU character.
Brie Larson, she back.
Hell, at least Brie Larson has been in films that people like, and a black woman is directing the Marvels, and I already feel like they're going to let her fix a lot of the issues people have with Carol.
That's who I want to be the head. I want Tom Holland. Shout out to my boy Tom Holland. He got caught. He finally got caught with who everybody thought he was with. Zendaya. They got caught in the car.
We don't.
Shout out to my guy.
Nobody cares. That's just for some.
I care. That's my guy.
That's who you care
and
about.
He pulls Zendaya. Let's go.
You care about some teeny bopper shit that probably was fake.
They're grown ass folks.
They
grown as hell.
Dumb folks.
Like Tom Holland, like 25 now.
That's a year younger than me.
Okay, anyway, you ain't no teeny bopper.
Anyways, no, that shit probably for the camera.
Shout out to my boy.
We're not finna apply.
Carmen, thank you for tuning in.
We're not finna apply no white folks.
But as I was saying, I do want Tom Holland, Spider-Man, to be the leader of the Avengers.
Nobody way. So they can just finally go wholesale and say, yeah, about the Spider-Man thing, it's not working out. Let me just be Iron Man 2. I cannot express to you how much I just
yeah, TD Bopper shit. They folks grown as a mug. Like they grown as hell. Like they on Nickelodeon award show. Best couple.
Hey, the way that the Spider-Man movies damn well might as well be a
Bro,
Nickelodeon
stop
TV
all
movie.
that, man.
The way they
Come
be
on.
carrying on.
We didn't come on here to get on Spider-Man.
You
know
brought
that
him
shit.
up out the blue. I don't know why you did that.
God. But yeah, Specs, I would love for Tom Holland Spider-Man to be the leader, to see him grow into the leader role.
Grow into what leader?
The leader of the Avengers.
What he gonna do?
Or the Young Avengers, which we know they're bringing.
So not only do you want Spider-Man to be demoted to the Young Avengers, you want him to be the leader of the Avengers, where he'll just be Tony Stark 2.0. So you just say, So you just say, fuck Spider-Man being Spider-Man. We're just gonna.
So Spider-Man can't be the leader of the Avengers. That's what you're telling me.
I would rather, at this point in time, I don't.
Who you want to be the leader then?
How about the black man that's Captain America? How about that? How about that?
I guess.
Well, I mean, how about we get?
I guess.
How about
I
that?
see Anthony Mackie. Appreciate it, bro. Love y'all too, man.
Thank
Love
you,
you too,
John.
man. We appreciate that, man. Now you got to keep tuning in. Now you got to tune in every week. Now
He good for it. They good for it.
the new Avengers. Yeah, exactly. The new Avengers. I can see him on the Young Avengers too, because he's still, and as a leader, it will show him being a leader of some like-minded individuals, teens, and young adults. I think that's cool. I can see that, because this Spider-Man now at this point is going to be what, 18? He's going to be about 18, 19 at this point. Who cares
At this point.
Oh,
He's an adult. This man is going to just no, he's not just going to be Iron. He's going to be Doctor Strange Iron Man 2, featuring 30 seconds appearance from Spider-Man.
Because is it going to take place? Like, are they doing chronological? Not saying, because I know it's set in 2025 the last time. Is it going to be chronological? Like now, every instance, like it's been 2 years since the last movie, so it's going to be 2 years in their time.
It's still going to be the same year that it was in WandaVision, which is the year that everybody came back, which was 2025.
Okay, facts.
2024. I'm sorry,
because I would love to see him actually start to get ready to be a part of the Daily Bugle and stuff like that.
That nigga ain't finna be a part of no goddamn damn.
At 19?
No, that man is not going to have no.
What you say, John? Iron Strange.
That man is not finna have no menial job. It's not finna be, I'm gonna work at the Daily Bugle and take the pictures and pretend that I'm not Spider-Man, y'all. I'm gonna be such a wacky team. Like, no. It's not gonna happen,
bro. You be hating on Tom Holland so hard.
No, because I think Tom Holland is a legitimately good person and a person that deserves to play.
Why
Spider-Man.
do you hate the MCU Spider-Man?
Because
so
it's awful. It's objectively.
It's not.
It's objectively the worst iteration of Spider-Man since Superior. Because these
we're knowing that it's a different universe, we stated this before. Like Spider-Man can be a different person. Like things can,
but he's not Spider-Man except for he can crawl up walls and shoot webs. Like what? Like he's there. Like he doesn't.
Let me know. Do y'all like MCU Spider-Man? Are y'all fine? Do y'all like MCU's Tom Holland Spider-Man?
I have not felt inspired once watching him in the MCU.
I have when that building was on top of him and he was crying out for help, and then he was
no. Tell him who he's crying out for. He was tell him who he's crying out for. Not help. He was crying out for.
Oh, boy, that was a good one, bro. He was crying out for help.
No,
for somebody
he
to
was
help
crying
him.
out for Iron Man. He was saying, "Iron Man, save me." He was saying in a half-ass homage to literally one of the greatest Spider-Man moments ever.
So you tell me it was a bad scene? You telling me that was a bad scene?
I did not get moved at all.
Oh my god!
I was actually very angry that
I can't deal.
I was actually very angry that in the moment where in the comics that he himself, not because of anybody else that couldn't help him.
I'm not saying he's the best Spider-Man. Everybody knows who the best is.
You have gone on record saying that.
I have not. Don't do that.
You have gone on record.
Don't try me like that, bro.
You have gone
don't lie on live. You know damn well.
You have gone on record saying that Tom Holland could be the best Spider-Man.
I'm finna hold on, y'all. Hold on. Because we was finna get, all y'all was gonna see his ass and elbows, because I was just finna be like this on dude. Because we know dang on well, Tobey Maguire is damn.
And you have said that Tom Holland has the capability.
No, I haven't. Don't do that. Tom Holland is literally number 2. Hey, DJ, appreciate you tuning in. But we know Tobey Maguire is hands down the best Spider-Man, and I've already went on record saying Andrew Garfield is never gonna be my top.
But what's that gonna do with you saying that Tom Holland could be?
Bro, stop all that lying, bro. Stop.
Anyways, this nigga called up for Iron Man to save him, and then
he was like, nobody coming.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he saw a reflection of Iron Man saying his bullshit line, and then
he saw himself.
No, it was a reflection of Tony going.
He said,
if you don't need the suit, if you need a suit, then you can't be a hero. Which, by the way, Spider-Man thinking he needs a suit when he can do all of this awesome shit on his own is literally the stupidest fucking plot point I've ever fucking seen in a Spider-Man
The reason
movie.
they did that is because they decided not to go the route of Uncle Ben.
Which is fucking stupid and literally.
So they went the route of Tony Stark being his surrogate father instead of Uncle Ben.
That's just like saying, oh, Krypton didn't blow up. Superman just fell through a portal and landed on Earth. And Krypton's still out there.
Well, there has been instances where Krypton was a whole different type of thing.
No.
So Krypton. So you tell me Krypton is in every story?
Yes. Even the evil Superman. Guess what the fuck happened? Krypton blow the fuck up. Like,
y'all, I'm sorry. He's just a Tom Holland hater. He hates Tom Holland Spider-Man. Let me finish. Because
most of the time you don't clarify that. You just say
he hates Tom Holland. No, he hates Tom Holland Spider-Man. He hates it. Superboy Prime.
Technically, it really isn't Clark to begin with. He's technically a different person. So,
oh my God, JJ, what we gotta say?
Talk about he wanted Krypton to still be around. Well, that's why it didn't happen. So we don't count that. So it would have been fucking stupid because what's the point of Superman having any sort of understanding of the stakes of why he needs to help people if the fucking planet that he was born on didn't blow up because nobody wants to help people? What's the fucking point of having a Spider-Man if he doesn't come to the conclusion at the very least, doesn't even have to have it be said? Because in the comics, Ben for decades didn't tell Peter with great power there must also come great responsibility. That was a lesson he learned as a result of it. But when that doesn't even fucking exist at all,
he still chose not to be an Avenger.
He chose not to because he thought it was a test. He thought Tony Stark wasn't going to make him be an Avenger. So he didn't even try. And if he would have stayed for 5 seconds, he would have gone, oh, you actually were. Okay, because what the fuck happened when we next see him in with these characters? Oh, you're actually letting me be an Avenger? Oh, okay, cool. And do you think Spider-Man was kicking ass? Because
appreciate you tuning in. What up, Ski?
Because first of all, it's already established that Far From Home, that Homecoming and Infinity War are pretty close in the time.
Oh, hold on. No, I'm sorry. Not to cut you off, but we got a real thing we got to get into before we get off this show. So we have a thing going on. We had one episode where somebody had the audacity to say that in Spider-Man Far From Home, that Spider-Man did not make his suit. And he did make his suit. The scene where they had the AC/DC playing.
He made his suit with Tony shit. So no,
he still made his suit
with Tony shit. That's like me making
using my sewing machine, using my thread, using all my stuff, my needles. But you're still making your suit.
That man Tony had at least 8 blueprints of a Spider-Man costume. What the fuck did you make?
And he took bits and pieces, which he thought would be a best suit for him. He made his suit.
We already got folks out here thinking that they creating shit when they really don't. Like,
he did.
No, I don't want. This is what I want to happen. This is what I want to happen with Tom Holland. I want him to be presented with a moment where he can traverse the multiverse and go help out with the other Spider-Man that leads into an appearance in Into the Spider-Verse 2 and just leaves the MCU. And we only see Tom Holland when it's a special occasion where it's not predicated on him having any sort of character moments with these characters outside of a major fight. I want them to soft reboot this Peter so he's traversed the multiverse for so long that he's
the new Captain Marvel.
What the fuck would Captain Marvel do traversing the multiverse?
Oh, I thought you meant she was traversing the universe.
Like, I want Tom.
Exactly, D-Man. Just because he didn't use the Stark tech does not mean that he didn't make his suit. Exactly.
No, that's not the same thing. Like, you buying me sewing shit and I do it. No, this man.
He did that.
No, this man Tony had the goddamn OG armored spider suit.
He didn't use none of them.
The blueprints were still there. Peter wasn't in the lab looking at a blank holographic shit like, okay, I'm gonna throw these J's with this shit. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get these extended lens so I can. No,
Slick did though.
No, not Slick did. He didn't do it.
Period. Did though.
He didn't. He used Tony's blueprints. He damn near traced the shit.
Okay. So if somebody got a blueprint of a skyscraper and I built that mug, Did not build the skyscraper.
Quentin, you know,
if I use the hammer, I use the nails.
You didn't build it by yourself. You had help.
Oh, so help is not building it by yourself?
Peter,
when I did all the work?
Peter traditionally and all the time never has that's what makes him so cool, is that he does the shit on his own without these many resources, showing that anybody can do this shit. Not some asshole who died and never told you how he felt as a father figure.
Because that was the whole point of Iron Man's arc. That was the whole story.
No, it wasn't the whole point. That was a side story that they just miraculously had to touch on. His arc was him really being a hero, which they did do well. But the Spider-Man shit, they should have just took out back and shot it in the head.
I give you that. Amazing Spider-Man did have a lot of scenes where Spider-Man did a lot of things on his own.
Excellently portrayed.
Excellently portrayed. But as far as the movie as a whole, Jamar, appreciate you for tuning in. I did not like I did not like a lot of it. Some of the set pieces were kind of boring to me. His Spider-Man in general was very boring to me. The villains were very boring to me. I didn't like it as a whole, but
you like
if Andrew Garfield could get better writing and more, maybe in this new movie he gets more of a presence, I think I might.
Just like how if Tom Holland got better writing and was in a universe that actually
to you.
What you mean to you? Just like everything you said was to you.
That's facts. That's facts. Because it's an opinion. It ain't factual. This is my opinion.
This man, Tom Holland is having his time wasted, having his best years ruined. He ain't done a single Spider-Man thing. They literally made.
He did 2 movies.
I'm not talking about what he literally did. I'm talking about what he emotionally accomplished. They literally made his most famous superpower a bullshit plot point. Because they were too stupid to include it in the first
agree with
movie.
you on that. That was bogus. They should have been put the spider sense in there. But when they did implement it, it was a good scene.
No, it was a stupid scene that just tied that whole stupid movie together and guaranteed Kwamani would never watch it again for the rest of his life.
Okay, with that being said, thank y'all for tuning in. Before we do that, QMG, you got first. For everybody that's tuning in on YouTube or Facebook, can you go over to YouTube and enter the Quniverse and give us a subscribe? It will be much appreciated. Love all you guys.
Exactly. Not even called the Spider Sense.
Peter Tinga. But it's going to be Spider Sense next movie.
No, it's not.
But yeah, so with that being said, everybody that's tuning in, go give us a subscribe. It'll be much appreciated.
Comment, subscribe, hit that notify bell. So
all y'all love is much appreciated. QMG, do you want to give any shout outs before we get on up out of here?
Of course, shout outs to everybody watching. Shout outs to my Multiversity crew. We gonna be the lives this Wednesdays. And shout outs to everybody who likes hearing me talk about shit that I like talking about. I'm just as surprised as you are. But yeah, other than that, all I can think to say is.
Anyway, we were supposed to be talking about Fear Street, but we didn't get a chance to. We should be talking about it. Charge it to the game, Aaron. But yeah,
yes, we'll be talking about Fear Street next week, probably. Yeah, probably for certain, because I get a chance to watch 2 and 3, which I have not done. So it can be a fully fleshed out conversation. And also we'll be talking about Marvel What If as well.
Facts.
Yes.
But yeah, also you guys can tune in tomorrow on Monday, 7:40 Central for Keep It G, where every week me and my crew, D-Man and Danita, keep our eyes and ears to the streets. Eyes and ears. Why I do it backwards, to the streets for everything geek. You already know. And we got a special guest, which will be Drama King, a TikTok influencer. We do some content together. He's going to be in the building. We talk about some of his content creation is going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. We're also going to have my boy Jesse in there as well. Comic book aficionado. We're going to be talking about Fear Street. We're going to be talking about, once again, What If and Loki as well. So tune in on Monday if you guys, and we got call-in. So if you want to call in and give your spiel and give your piece, you could do that too. So yeah.
And shout outs to Space Jam.
Facts. Are you going to watch Space Jam New Legacy?
No.
Bruh. We're going to talk about Space Jam 2D, man. So we're going to talk about it. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. So y'all stay tuned.
All I got to say is if you want to know why I won't watch that film, just go on YouTube and watch that Porky Pig rap. And I will solidify why I will never lay
straight out of Compton.
I wish. I wish they just quoted that song verbatim.
But like they said, and I love this. They said this about Space Jam: A New Legacy. Space Jam: A New Legacy, just like the original Space Jam, was made for 10 and 11-year-olds.
That's
not for your 30-year-old ass.
That's
not for your 30-year-old ass.
And you're trying to, and you're using that as the defense as why you will watch it.
No, because if I'm watching, I'm just going to either like it or not. But it's not made for us.
Yes, it is.
It's made for a old or young ass.
Quincy, do you not know that there's no current Looney Tunes show available on network television? And do you not know that
charge it to the game?
And do you not know? And do you not know that LeBron James is not nearly the icon Michael Jordan was when Space Jam 1 came out?
That is a conversation for another day.
He's not.
With that being said, thank y'all for tuning in. You already know we got to turn up before we get on up out of here. You know how we do.
Don't let what Q said be an excuse for this movie.
Thank y'all for tuning in. This was Keep It G, where we always GQ smooth. Oh no, I said Keep It G. Why you let me do that? Well, this is into Quniverse.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you figure it out.
Hold on.
Because
let's stop this.
You've done this for 3 weeks in a row.
You've been going crazy today. You've been going real crazy.
You've been doing this for 3 weeks in a row.
Haven't. Well, this is Into the Quniverse, where we GQ smooth, always on our P's and Q's, and you already know how we do. So let's run it back before Kumani get beat up on live.
Me? You the one that's fucking up.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Go ahead and turn up with us for a minute before we get on up out of here.
You lucky I didn't black your out earlier.
Let's go. Yeah. 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 Peace out.